Good afternoon, everyone. It's awesome to be speaking to you all this afternoon, the next generation of influencers. So my name is Dharmica Mistry, and I'm going to be telling you about my evolution to date. And no, I am not talking about this massive bump in front of me. That's a different kind of evolution. I'm going to be talking about science and STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and how I believe they can shape the world to be a better place. So, there's my extra slide. So, I'm here today, believe it or not, because I once treated my hair with olive oil. Yep, the stuff you dip your bread in, olive oil. And it's what led me to make a discovery that breast cancer could be detected using blood. And it helped me form the company that I now work for today, Diagnostics. We are developing a blood test for the disease, and I get to be chief scientist. And I get to do all of that because I embarked on a career in science. So I had a pretty ordinary upbringing, no exceptionally gifted child here. I just really loved problem solving. I was very curious, very inquisitive. I like to know how things work, and as a result, science came to me quite naturally, and especially biology. I loved it. And I loved sort of asking questions and trying to find the answers to things. So for me, that's how I got into science. But there's another word we use for science or associate with science that people don't really normally put the two together, and that's creativity. I'm quite creative. And by its nature, science is very creative. So you have to get out there and come up with new ideas and experiments, learn from the results, and often you're just trying again and again until you get it right. So if you think about that process, you've got an idea, you try it out, error, fail, try again, keep going, keep going, keep going. What is that process? Well, that, my friends, is to evolve. And as human beings, we are constantly evolving. We go through life trying new things. They'll succeed or fail, or we'll like them or we won't like them, and then we'll decide how we do things next time. We learn from the experience. So for us, we are all scientists in this room anyway. It's in our DNA. So here's my story. I'm going to drill down in one slide quite quickly about what happened to me. I came out of high school with a love for science. Loved it. Decided I wanted to be a nutritionist and go to uni and do that degree. Missed out on the course by 0.01. You heard me right? 0.01. So then I decided, okay, I'm going to enroll in a Bachelor of Science, and through that, I found a love for a subject called microbiology, which is the study of bacteria, fungus, and virus, and they are fascinating little bugs. Graduated, stayed on for a year and did honours, which is a year of pure research, and I learnt what research was all about. Loved it as well. Came out of there, but I was like, you know what? I am ready to travel the world and do some fun stuff. But I needed money, so I needed a job. And my first job was at a small company that was looking at detecting breast cancer using this stuff, hair. And that's where I made the discovery, the olive oil story that I was talking about. And that discovery led me to start a PhD, which was all really, really wonderful. But shortly after I started, the company went into bankruptcy. So I lost my job, I lost my PhD, I was completely devastated, but it turned out to be my biggest turning point in my life. I was 22 years old and I thought, you know what, I think I've just found my reason to get out of bed and try harder and fight for something that I believed in. And that was my turning into an entrepreneur, that very moment. And I couldn't give up on that science, so I found a couple of people that would help me buy the parts of the bankrupt company that I wanted, basically, and we formed Diagnostics so that I could resurrect the research and carry it on. And I got to finish my PhD, and I get to stand here today and say that I am still developing that blood test for breast cancer detection. So how did I do this? Well, it's all by evolving. Fail, grow, get up, go. Because what doesn't challenge you doesn't change you. For me, I had to set out there and question everything that was out there in the world and embrace the uncertainty. And you definitely won't evolve if you don't stay creative, because doing the same thing is not going to give you the same answer. You constantly have to be thinking fluidly. The other way that I progressed in terms of my career was to keep an open mind. So I seized any opportunity that was thrown at me. I said yes, even if I knew I probably couldn't do it, I still went ahead and did it. And I made the mistakes and it was fine. I learned from them. And so it was a constant challenge. And learning on the job is really, really exponential. You'll learn a ton on doing it by doing something rather than just reading about it all the time. So my bottom line advice to myself, and now I'm giving it to you, is don't let a lack of self-confidence stop you from seizing an opportunity. You deserve it, you should take it, and you should give it your best shot. The biggest thing is to let failure be your friend, learn from it, and get up really quickly and just keep going. That's the bottom line. You've just got to keep going. There are lots of, as you saw from my story, lots of reasons to stop doing things, but if you can find it in you to keep going, that's all you need. So what do I do every day as a chief scientist of a biotech company? Well, I'm not in the lab as much as I used to be, if at all sometimes, so I get to stay creative by designing experiments with my scientists and collaborating with them. I have collaborators all over the world. I travel over the world to meet them, and I do a lot of things in the clinical trial space, which is something we have to do to test our technology. But because we're a small startup, I also wear a business hat. So I do things like writing business plans, revising budgets, managing assets, and basically what that means is I've been able to expand my skill set and have quite a variety, and it's been really, really good for me. So how many of you in this room feel powerful every single day? Those are very good people. I want to know you. And for those of you that don't, you can be powerful every single day. And I'm not giving you a self-love, fluffy talk about something. I'm saying if you embark on a career in STEM, you have the ability to be more powerful than you can appreciate. This is something that took me a really long time to realize, because I didn't think little old ordinary me from South Sydney, went to a simple little school, would have a chance to make a difference. And I did. I got to. And I think that's awesome. And I did that because of STEM. And I think it comes down to I feel lucky every day when I get up, because I get to do what I love, but I also love what I get to do. And I think helping millions of women around the world is a great reason to get out of bed and keep doing what I'm doing. And a lot of the time, as people, we walk around going, I want significance, I want meaning, I want to be able to do something that has purpose, and I get to do that. And I feel very privileged to do so. So STEM. These subjects are the platforms for creating, inventing, changing, and revolutionizing. STEM is only limited by your imagination. It can open up doors to many different things. So you could be in labs making discoveries every day, in hospitals helping the ill. You could be part of the next major innovation in anything from a new type of fabric to a trending new app. You could be in the business world or somewhere overseas, exotic, working with wildlife. Or you could be solving your own problems, something that bothers you. Or perhaps someone less fortunate. You could be helping them. So very, very, very varied. And then there's science. So there are so many types of sciences. You've got biology, chemistry, neurology, pharmacology, immunology, zoology, so many ologies. What does that mean? Well, basically, it means you have a ton of options and lots of different pathways, exciting pathways that you can end up going down. And I'm only speaking on behalf of the S in STEM, the science. It's an ecosystem. We work as a group to visualize things and brainstorm them and come up with the solutions to make the change. For my one blood test alone, I work with software engineers, mechanical engineers, and biostatisticians. So someone from every part of that ecosystem is helping me to make this a reality. The bottom line, a problem is a chance to make a difference, a chance to make an impact, and a chance to make a dent in the universe. And education is the key to making your dream a reality. Every day we're evolving, like I said, and you're growing. And with a career like any of the STEM subjects under your belt, you have the opportunity to be the change that you wish to see. You can actually go out there and take control. So I'm still evolving, I'm still learning a lot on my journey, but it's challenging, but I find it very rewarding. So I think if you're good at one of these subjects, I encourage you to go out there and take a leap of faith, because you don't know what you could do for the planet or how you can make yourself, relevant and do something awesome. So continue to think outside the box, be creative, dream big, and go out and make an impact. And even if you don't end up in STEM, I still believe you should keep failing, keep learning, keep going, and keep evolving. I wish you all the best in whatever you decide to do. Thank you very much.